Black culture is its worst own enemy by Ciro's TV.
This is Pop the Balloon. Pop the Balloon is a
I've
show
seen
that
this
is
episode.
on YouTube. It is a web series at the current moment in which one man gets up there and a bunch of women immediately critique him, judging a book by its cover. Primarily, it is black women. Sometimes you'll see a Caucasian woman or Mexican woman, but mostly black women, and they will immediately judge him off of nothing but his vibes, aura, and appearance, and they'll say something is off. The man could be a millionaire for all they know. The man could be the greatest hero of all time. He could be a great father. However, immediately he is shunned down because he is not of their standards. Now, a lot of men go on here, and a lot of men look like thugs and evil people and things of that variety, and usually the thugs don't get that many pops. When you pop the balloon, that means you don't want to be with them, and that's what happens. A lot of men get very angry and messed.
What the hell is that fit, man? Get her up out the show. Get her. I kind of like the hybridness of that outfit, but what the fuck is going on over here?
Up. If you're too short, you get annihilated, and this perpetuates a lot of stereotypes within men that make them hate being men. They hate being short, and this is a show for black people. This should be on the Zeus Network. You don't know what the Zeus Network is? Zeus Network is worse than BET. BET was the worst thing that happened to black people ever. BET was black entertainment television.
Okay.
Now, BET initially was supposed to be such shows as In Living Color. If you don't know what In Living Color is, it was a black sketch comedy show. There was Arsenio Hall, which primarily focused on black people. Now, why am I talking about black? I'm getting to a point. Please bear with me. So, after all that, we had all these shows that were black centric. And to me, this was important to understand black history. These shows mattered. Why did they matter? They mattered to me important. When you see these reactors, when you see Duke Dennis and all these people, and they see somebody such as Sketch, and they get weirded out saying, bro, don't do that weird stuff, bro. Don't do that. That's weird, bro. Don't do that. That's strange. When you see these people that aren't kind to black women because they see a black woman and say, wait a second, are you trans? You gotta be trans. There's no way. Hold on, I'm confused. Drewski going to this black woman right here and assuming that she.
Now, I'm not enabling his comments and him enabling his comments, but she does have a masculine bottom facial structure. But a lot of African features are. See, the problem is we look at black people from a Caucasian perspective, psychologically and physically. And that's the first problem is black people are just known for having more aggressive facial features. Look at Egyptians, look at Africans, look at any like black culture period. We just have more masculine aggressive facial features because it's a survival thing. I mean, we've been hunted, killed, murdered, beat, grown, psychologically tortured. We've been done everything, so I would imagine our bodies would be more stronger than the average the other races, or it'd be more aggressive in certain parts because it's literally our body showing, hey, we have to protect. They literally said, for instance, you know how they say one black person won, all black people runs? Well, they said that potentially could come from in slavery. We knew if one of us was in trouble, if one black person was getting beat, then all of us probably was going to get beat. So that's why everybody runs when they see one runs, because we know if one of us is in trouble because for being black, more times than not, then all of us are in trouble because we're all black. So, I think things like that is what caused this. But, I really don't even want to listen to another video about black culture being its worst enemy because, like, what even is black culture? You can't say black culture is just what Cox and Adam do. You can't say black culture is just drill and kill. You can't say black culture is just pop the balloons 20v1s because it's not. That's a specific niche of people. Just like you can't say all hood people are black people. Our problem is we're the people that try to make it seem like one part of something is everything. You don't look at one water company and go, American water as a whole is trash. You don't go to one restaurant or a couple of restaurants and go, all of American food is trash. You don't do that. But there's certain people who get online, and I was one of the people one day, sadly, when I was ignorant. And what it really was is I wanted views. As I can tell, this guy is trying to survive off views, so whatever. But we identify parts of the culture as the whole culture. You can't do that. See, you can either look at the glass as half empty or half full. You can either choose and go, wow, black culture is thug culture. Black culture is over sexually, it's 20v1s, it's freaked out, it's misogynistic, it's the Lil Artiste. Or you can look at black culture as, let's see, Sinners, right? Black Panther. You can look at black culture as the streaming university, which besides certain people being there, whatever. RDC World, DreamCon, the Black Excellence, the 12-year-olds that are graduating college, that are the athletes that are getting $1 million scholarships. You can go outside and you can look and find every single racist person, or you can find every single accepting person. And that's the problem with this whole conversation, is people are purposely just looking at everything that's wrong. You're so focused on the popular quote unquote 20v1s, the pop the balloons. You're so focused on how that's on that you can't even change the channel to see the good black shows coming on. You feel me? That's the problem. Everybody wants to focus on the negativity instead of focusing on the positivity. But that doesn't mean one or the other isn't there. Just because you focus on the negativity and it's called your reticular activation system. Say you close your eyes and you go, I want to see the color red. When you open your eyes, look, red's on the screen right there. You'll find red. Your brain looks for what you tell it and train it to look for. So if you're always looking for bads, you're always going to find bad and what's wrong. You're always going to find how somebody's nose is a little crooked or their haircut's a little. You'll always look for what's wrong. This is quote unquote what a perfectionist is too, right? They try to say me being a Virgo, a lot of us Virgos are, but I've kicked that habit, right? So I say that to say videos like this are stupid, dumb, retarded, redundant. They're literally just race mongering. They're here for videos. They're here for for me to react to them, and they're here really for people to agree with them. For instance, let's go down to the comments. You don't get anywhere with videos like this. You don't spark conversations for a change or none of that, because the perspective you're making this video from is literally just to rag and pay attention to the people that I'm not even in that spirit. Like, everybody keeps talking about black culture. Like, I don't even see stuff like this because I'm not tapped. Like, I like some of Kai Cenat's work, and Drewski's funny, but like all this black culture drill, that's not in my algorithm. I don't attract realities like that in life. I don't come across people like that too often because I'm not even tuned to that frequency. You attract what you are. You see in life what you are and what you tell life you want to see. Let's go down in the comments to prove that this is a stupid video, simply due to the fact that you won't get anywhere with a video like this, because everybody that clicks on this video already agrees with you. It's no different than the red pill guys who talk about modern day women or this and that. It's not a healthy place to start a conversation for change because you're only focusing on one aspect. And by the way, that same aspect you're talking about is the same aspect you keep watching. Life is like a YouTube algorithm. It's like an algorithm, right? If you click on videos like this, if I continue to click and watch black culture videos and how it's just worst own enemy, black fatigue, if I continue to watch videos like that, then what will the algorithm show me? More videos about black culture and its own worst enemy. If you continue to see, and you continue to just see every time something that's quote unquote black culture and how it's wrong, then in life you will be trained to look and see and find and attract more people and more things that fulfill. It's called a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it becomes a loop. But look, I was actually having this conversation the other day with my family, and everybody viewed me as hating our culture. It makes me kind of feel bad about myself. I kind of understand the premise, but I really don't fully back because and why be structural violence, and it's not profoundly but it's a reflection of our time, our wealth, capitalism. See, I actually like how people in this video are actually going for him. You know, I actually like how people are disagreeing. But I will say this. We have to stop. See, here's the problem with this whole black culture conversation outside of, like I said, you're only focusing on one part. The problem with the whole conversation of black culture and wanting to change it is the problem within itself. You were trying to go outside of yourself to see change. Michael Jackson said it best, man in the mirror. Everybody wants to have dirty drawers, stinky socks. Under their bed is dirty. You know how niggas clean that room, but under their bed be dirty. They got dishes all in their sink, but they want to go to somebody else's house, or they want to go to the world's house of black people and go, all y'all rooms are dirty. Why is this giant house of ours so dirty, but their house is dirty? See, the problem is everybody keeps blaming our problems, personal problems, on black culture. I can't get a girlfriend because of black culture and because I don't want to kill people and I don't want to be a thug, so I can't get a girlfriend, which is not true. I can't get money because our economy is terrible and Trump's made this or Biden's made this or whoever's made the taxes like this, so I can't get a job, or I can't. It's their fault that I keep spending money on DoorDash, or I don't put time into my goals and dreams. You see, whenever you focus on a problem, a collective, universal problem amongst everybody, instead of focusing on the problem that you have specifically with yourself, it becomes that much easier to not handle the problem. Because if I go, everybody's messed up, that gives me an out or a way to not focus on why I'm messed up specifically. You see, if I go, the whole black culture is messed up, so that's why I can't get a girlfriend. I just shut myself off from even having a conversation in my brain to see what in my mindset is holding me back from believing that because of certain things I can't get a girlfriend. You see? That's the problem, is everybody's focused on the black culture, which there's no such thing. There will never be one collective black culture. Yes, there's certain things that are more popular than others amongst a main majority of the black audience, but that isn't our culture, because your black culture is your specific culture. See, the problem is he's trying to shape everybody's black culture through how he feels black culture should look. Just like white people, they don't say white culture. There's no such thing as a quote unquote white corny dude. There's just a white guy. I see there's just a black dude. There's just some black dudes who like nerdy shit. There's just some black dudes who like killing niggas and shit. There's some black niggas that like to sell drugs. There's some black people that like, there's white niggas who like killing people too. There's white niggas that like selling drugs. Just like there's some white niggas that like anime. There's some white niggas that go to work every day, suit and tie. We're just people. Human. We're human. Learn to humanize people, man. With videos like this, topics like this, you dehumanize people and the people within that culture and that collectiveness, and you never get anywhere because you're just complaining. You're just regurgitating how you already feel, and you're trying to attract people that feel that so you can get money and views like this guy right here. And if I'm being honest, you need to focus on your fucking self. Let's stop complaining about everybody else, and let's focus on our problems. If you focus on your problems and being a good person for who you are, then you don't need to worry about somebody, even if they look like you killing somebody, or so. You don't need to worry about none of that because you're good. You don't need to worry about somebody else being broke and not being able to buy a house, or not being able to move out of their parents' house at 25, 30, because you can, because you focused on your finances and you don't focus on everybody else and what quote unquote the world said. It's all a distraction at the end of the day. It's all a distraction, and it's things to take you away from self, the center of the universe, which is the self. That's all it is at the end of the day. It's all just distractions. So please stop buying into bullshit like this and reclaim yourself. Thank you and goodbye. I'm Alex DeVirgo.